Hello my fellow fat fucks and welcome back. We are now reacting to Erik I Survived the World's Heaviest Man's Daily Diet. And not only are we going to be watching this, we're going to be analyzing it. Why? Because I'm fat as fuck. So let's get into it.
This is what the world's heaviest man eats for breakfast.
I'm not even 2 seconds. Oh! Ah! Ah! I'm not even 2 seconds into the video! What the fuck, man? Alright, first off, hold on. This breakfast. If I were, like I was just saying, we're analyzing every little step of this. If I were to have a breakfast like that, oh my fucking god, he read my mind. I would have as much fucking bread as possible. Throw some eggs in there, fuck it. Sauce some ketchup on top. Get a little flavor in there, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't have ketchup, come on. But it looks like he's got some sausage, links, whatever, bacon, solid. That is a solid cheat meal breakfast. The only thing he's missing, pancakes. Let's see.
This is what the world's heaviest man eats for breakfast. To start off his day, Walter Hudson ate 12 eggs, a pound of bacon, 32 sausages, an entire...
A pound of bacon. That's a heart attack on a fucking plate. That is a heart attack on a plate. And that's on top of all the other shit he was at. Okay, grape jelly, come on, dude. That's not... A pot of coffee? What the fuck? Bro, I thought my cheat meals were bad.
A loaf of bread with grape jelly and a pot of coffee. I'm giving myself until midnight tonight to finish not just this breakfast, but everything else on Walter's meal plan, which, as I'm sure you can imagine, is pretty gigantic.
Who's 1,400 pounds? How's that even humanly possible?
Just like I'm gonna be by the end of this challenge.
Oh my goodness, I can barely see you guys over my gigantic stomach.
To kick off meal one, I poured an entire pot of coffee. And a few seconds later, I realized I should actually toast that bread. Oh, dang it.
Smart man.
Looks like this got a bit overcooked.
Genius. Genius. If you got that much to eat, and let's say this is like not normal for you, you're having a fucking cheat meal, here's the combo you gotta hit it with. See how I put the egg on top of the bread? I would even go as far as to putting 2 eggs, 1 bread on bottom, 1 bread on top. Make it a fucking egg sandwich. 3 eggs, fuck it. You know, you gotta make sure you're getting it down. If you don't get it down, then what the fuck are you doing with your cheat meal, man?
Even though this bread was a little extra toasty, everything was tasting amazing. The highlight of this meal was definitely the crunchy bread. After working my way through most of the bread and some eggs, this challenge was off to a great start.
You could throw the sausage or the bacon on top too, but honestly, that sausage is not gonna work. The bacon could work.
All right, our eggs, along with our first cup of coffee, have been eliminated. It's time to work on my breakfast sausage. It's a firm belief of mine that breakfast sausage cannot be eaten without some delicious.
I was gonna say either way, you're gonna have some type of sauce. That's gonna be dry as fuck by the end of it. But I'd go with ketchup. I don't know though.
Just maple syrup. Shout out to all my Canadian viewers watching this video. Breakfast sausage pairs perfectly with maple syrup. The other combination it pairs perfectly with, some tasty leftover eggs and maple syrup. I made quick work of the rest of the breakfast sausage. All right, the sausage is down. So far, this meal is tasting amazing. I set my sights on the bread next. I gotta get to work on it.
You fucked up. You can't leave that much bread. You get to that point, you're done. Like, it's dry. It's just dry. The eggs are the only somewhat type of, you know, not dry thing on that plate, aside from any sauces you use, and that's just gonna add on even more calories.
Bread. After using pretty much half the jar of grape jelly, I had myself a grape jelly sandwich.
I forgot about the jelly. That makes a lot of sense now. I forgot about the jelly. Holy fuck.
Obviously, I was in the mood for sugar because grape jelly sandwiches just sounded good. But a few minutes later, I brought an old friend to the party.
No. Look, I know you want peanut butter and jelly in this case. Again, more added calories. Not the best move. You got a lot more to eat. You don't usually do this. I mean, Erik does this shit, of course. He knows what he's doing. But just peanut butter in general, it's just sticky. It's like you're chewing, you're like, you're struggling to move your jaw around. And you gotta eat that much more bread on top of the jelly and the bacon. Not the move.
I need to know down below in the comments who is team chunky peanut butter and who is team...
In this case, neither.
Nothing rings my bells like a toasted peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Or a couple toasted peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Goodness gracious. I'm like out of breath. So much bread. It's probably too much information, but there's a reason why I chose this mug. It's because it's the truth.
You'll find out very shortly why this was so troubling. I took a few more sips of coffee and got back
I'm really concerned for him now.
the rest of the bread. Grape jelly just wasn't cutting it anymore. So I decided to use some peanut butter to get down the rest of the bread. But at this point, the bread was really starting to fill me up.
It's filling and it's dry. I'm telling you, just gnawing on jack shit.
I'm gonna show on the bread right now.
Next, I set my sights on the bacon, dipped in some maple syrup, of course.
Okay.
I thought that combo was tasty, but what I made next was about to be even tastier. I slathered some peanut butter on some leftover bread, added a few slices of bacon on that bread, topped it with some grape jelly, of course, and then I had to do one last thing.
Oh man, I am most definitely gonna be regretting this tomorrow morning.
Low key, I would definitely do that. I didn't even think of that. Just combine everything and down in one sandwich. That's kind of genius.
W. Oh.
Sorry, I keep burping.
This was one of the most unnecessarily delicious
Coke will do that to you.
life. After making quick work of it, the only thing left was one slice of bread.
Last piece of bread. Whew. That was a lot of crap.
8,690 calories. To put that into perspective for any of you guys who don't really know what the fuck that means, you pretty much have around 2,000, 2,500 on a daily basis, or at least the average human being. So not only has this number alone quadrupled that number, but it is also in one meal. So this person has had 4 times the average person's meal in one serving. That's fucking absurd. Actually, daily count in only one meal, I should say.
Breakfast was complete. Next up was Walter's snack. According to the article that I got Walter's diet from, his between-the-meal snacks consisted of a handful of candy bars. But how much is a handful? After a few Google searches, I realized that a handful could mean anything. Thankfully, I had something up my sleeve.
All right, everyone, so I have a random number generator on my phone with numbers 3 through 6. A handful to me is like 2 or 3. A handful to Walter Hudson is probably like double that. So I'm gonna let this decide for me.
After seeing how many candy bars I had to eat, all that coffee hit me.
The sugar crash he's about to have after this is gonna be insane.
I hit the store to get my candy bars, and I saw one that really caught my eye. And then I had one of the worst caffeine crashes in my life.
Same thing. I meant caffeine.
I started with a Reese's Fast Break bar, and since I'm a Reese's lover, this got fun. I took down the Fast Break bar along with the Hershey's Cookies and Cream bar.
Reese's Big Cup with Reese's Puffs.
This Reese's Big Cup was also incredibly delicious. But the bar I was most curious about was up next.
And now what I've been looking forward to trying the most, the Fruity Pebbles chocolate bar.
The craziest part, this had real Fruity Pebbles inside.
Ooh.
One thing I did want to mention, he started this challenge at 12. Thinking about it, that could be a huge mistake. If anything, I would have breakfast bright and early. Yeah, breakfast bright and early. You wait 2 or 3 hours to stay moving. You get the snack in. Then another 2 or 3 hours later, you get lunch. Another 2 or 3 hours, another snack. I don't know what the full diet is yet. And then another 2 or 3 hours, you go dinner. Simple as that. That way you're expanding it. You're not condensed into a small time zone. Because if you have a small time zone, you're more likely than not to have a stomach that feels like it's going to burst any second.
A few minutes later, all the candy bars were down.
Everyone just like that. 4 candy bars are down.
The first snack was complete. Next up, lunch.
Everyone, so far this challenge is going fantastic. The only thing I'm starting to worry about is the fact that I haven't used.
I didn't realize he had a time limit. Whoops. I'm losing my mind. I didn't fart there. That was my chair.
I needed to find a bathroom ASAP.
I'll see you guys on the other side. All right, everyone, it's time for lunch, and all I gotta say is exercise. I thought you meant extra fries. Man, I get a new joke.
If he's drinking that whole entire liter of Coke, I feel sorry for him. That's insane. Oh my god, he is! 2 large sandwiches, a pile of fried potatoes. Okay, that sounds gas. And a large bottle of soda. Okay, this doesn't seem too bad. Surprisingly. I don't know why, but something about it. I thought it would be more extreme. I've seen his other videos before. This does not seem as extreme as I've seen in some other meals.
Lunch beverage was a large bottle of soda.
It's almost 5 p.m. right now. I'm having a bit of a late lunch, but we got to get the show on the road.
Walter ate 2 large sandwiches for lunch, so I ordered the Subway Philly sandwich. Needless to say, I was a big fan. I was surprised because this actually tasted like an authentic cheesesteak. The combination of the steak, American cheese, peppers, onions, and mayonnaise made this a fantastic sandwich.
I gotta give a quick shout out to Subway. That was a 10 out of 10 sandwich.
Even though I had 1 sandwich left,
Woo!
I moved to the next part of Walter.
Been to Subway twice in my life. I don't remember either time, but I'm really interested, and I want to go back now.
Now I got to get on over to my mound of fries, which I'm going to wash down with.
My man! My man! My man! Only issue. If this is a cheat day, I don't give a fuck. You are going with the normal tomato ketchup. No other way around it. You're not going with the sugar, no sugar added, whatever. You're going with the standard ketchup. But still, wow. Yes!
Some sugar-free ketchup. It helps cancel out all the calories.
Unsurprisingly,
Same with water.
the fries tasted like French fries. If you're new to the channel, I really love French fries.
I really like this guy. Not only because he has ketchup with his fries, it's because he loves fries. And I, for a fun fact, am obsessed with fries. If you see my post, you see almost in every single story I have of lunch and dinner, I have either sweet potato fries or normal baked potato fries. And I make them into my own. Or if I'm having a cheat meal, there's some type of fries in there. No matter what, it is fries. It always has to be. And I saw someone the other day post saying that fries is not a good cheat meal. Well, fuck you, my friend.
If you guys know me, you know I'm team waffle fry, but to me, building a mound of waffle fries just sounded really weird.
Chick-fil-A waffle fries are so good.
So I figured I would just make a mound of regular fries.
Yeah, I have so many carbs inside of me.
Woo!
Even though I was starting to get full, I still had an entire Subway sandwich to eat after this.
We gotta get on over to
Oh, he only had one.
right here, which is arguably one of the best Subway sandwiches on the Subway sandwich menu. Wow, that's so many vegetables. Why the f did they put this many vegetables on there?
Even with the unnecessary amount of vegetables, this sandwich tasted mind-blowing.
If you're struggling with depression and not feeling the comfort and peace that you need, I invite you to meet with missionaries like me from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We can help you lift your burdens to the gospel of Jesus Christ.
But unfortunately, all this bread was really starting to hit me.
Man, I've eaten so much bread today.
Slight mistake. Love my fruits and vegetables, but in this case, you're doing anything like this, don't have them. Don't have them. They're just more volume, no calories. They're going to fill you out more. That's the biggest mistake you can make.
Ooh.
But fortunately, I was able to push through and finish off the sandwich.
Well, I got down all the fries, the subs. Fortunately, I still have this Coca-Cola left over, which I'm gonna use.
If you got that much left, you gotta just chug it. I'm not even gonna. You just gotta chug it and pray. You don't throw it up. Like at that point, you just accept your losses and down it.
My next food adventure. So yeah, I'm gonna hold off on the rest of this Coke for now.
Because I didn't finish the Coke, lunch was a fail. The number I rolled next was 5.
Can't count lunch as a fail right there. I think if you don't down the Coke, which is just a drink, I know it's got calories, like, you still had all that food. That's gotta be some type of dub. Or just save the Coke for later and down it with the snack. That should count.
At this point, I had taken down just over 15,000 calories.
Ah!
I hadn't even gotten to the hardest part of this challenge yet.
All right, everyone, just a quick
I can't even get the balls to do a 10K. Holy shit.
status update as I head to the store to grab my next round of candy bars. I'm not doing very well. My stomach feels like a black hole full of French fries, bread, and a lot of regret right now. Ugh. All I gotta say is that volume-wise, the final meal is gonna be the biggest meal in this entire challenge. And the last challenge was a complete fail. And the last thing I wanna do is fail 2 challenges in a row for you guys. So let's just say this is about to get pretty crazy. Those sandwiches are not sitting very well right now.
I picked out the rest of my candy bars, and it was time for snack number 2.
I'm actually pretty excited to try 2 of these because I've never had them before. I also got my Coke. Taste the rainbow. Why did I just say that? It's Skittles, not Coke. Oh. I'm gonna start with the Zero bar.
I was pleasantly surprised by the taste of the Zero bar. It was an explosion of almond, peanut, and caramel nougat.
Let's taste it.
Finally, I had to
Never seen one of those in my life.
get the Snickers bar.
Where my Snickers people at?
You can never go wrong with the Snickers bar. But the bar I had next has a special place in my heart.
3 Musketeers.
This was good, but the bar I
Underrated. Underrated Halloween candy, I will say.
had next really stole the show.
My first time trying a Carmelo bar. Let's take a moment. Oh my goodness, look at that action. Look at that caramel action. Whoo! Oh my goodness.
Caramel or caramel? You guys tell me. I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna ask.
One word, legendary. Biting into this Carmelo bar was like a symphony of chocolatey deliciousness.
10 out of 10. That was amazing. Speaking of amazing, it's time to get to one of my favorite chocolate bars out there, the Butterfinger. And if you made it up into this point of the video, pause the video and drop a chocolate bar emoji down below in the comments.
Instead of doing that, I might just go get one myself. Not gonna lie.
Walter's second snack and lunch
Yeah, okay, there we go. I like that. I like that.
of this entire challenge. I picked up a bottle of Coke and 4 ham steaks.
Oh, what? Come on, dude. Like, I question it, because some of these people who are having this food, like, on the daily basis, like, you gotta have a better food selection, at least, if you're having that much. I mean, come on.
That was almost harder than eating this food.
And apple pie and the most difficult part of the meal.
Come on. Like, I'm getting disappointed in this. Apple pie and potatoes, fine. Corn and ham. Why in your right mind is that a part of your diet if you're having that much food? To have like a pizza or just like a normal burger or just like 5 burgers for dinner. Come on. Not ham and fucking corn. No offense to corn. I do love corn on the cob, but still.
The potatoes.
Exercise? I thought you meant extra pie.
Okay,
I
new joke now.
Walter's dinner beverage
really do like that shirt, by the way.
was a bottle of soda. He also ate 4 or 5 ham steaks for dinner.
Tastes like ham.
Eating almost 2 pounds of protein this late into a challenge, I was seriously doubting I'd be able to complete it.
You're in a tough spot here. Because protein is going to make you feel more full. And in my opinion, I don't think that's the best option to go with to start. I think right here, you start with the corn. Because the corn's just going to be super light. It's going to go right down. You'll be fine. One of the hardest ones is going to be the potatoes. Just because their texture. So, in that case, I think the best option here is to go corn, ham, potatoes, apple pie. You got to save dessert for last. That's just, you got it. You're going to down it if it's sugar. You will down it. I don't think ham's the play to start off.
This one.
These ham steaks are freaking huge. I'm very salty.
Thankfully, I was able to get the last ham steak down, but I was getting very full.
I'm not gonna lie, those ham steaks were a solid 1 out of 10. I have no idea why someone would want to eat a ham steak.
Thank you! Thank you!
Willingly.
Next up, a half dozen cobs of corn.
Shout out to everybody that knows the deliciousness of tahini. That's how you pronounce this. It's fucking delicious. Pardon my French.
With the addition of the tahini, this corn was actually pretty tasty.
I don't know if that's the move. I don't know. I've never had it, but still, I don't know if any seasoning's the move on that.
With only 1 cob left, there's something I had to say.
And I just gotta say, if this video gets 50,000 likes, I will attempt to eat the diet of the world's heaviest woman. So if you want to see that, give the video a like if you haven't already.
I finished off
Sounds like we gotta react to another one.
the last corn on the cob and set my sights on the food that was going to be the most difficult to get down, the potatoes.
Now it's time for me to move on to the most difficult part of this entire meal. are healthy potatoes.
For dinner, Walter had a half dozen potatoes.
While I was in the store, I was wondering what I could eat these potatoes with, and I saw Smart Balance.
That's not the move. Call me crazy, you put A1 sauce on those. Goes down way smoother. Will go down way smoother. You gotta like cut them up, eat them. You just gotta throw that A1 sauce or some type of sauce like that on top. Down them. Down them.
I'll pick that up later. I don't think I've ever actually had this before, but I do see green, and it is called Smart Balance, so that obviously means we can use as much of it as we want, because it must be calorie free. Sarcasm.
After a generous amount of Smart Balance, it was time to get to work.
That's gonna sit too heavy in the stomach. Telling you. Can't do that. I mean, he can. He's Erik The Electric. I'm not one to judge, but still. Like, if you're doing this shit, don't do that.
Gluten free.
Oh, how healthy.
Oh. All right, these potatoes are just like bricks in my stomach right now.
Exactly.
I did the only thing I could do in the situation.
Thank goodness we have some wow sauce.
At this point, I felt like
I'm curious. He always brings that up. I want to know what it is.
a human water balloon, and wow sauce wasn't helping with the fullness.
Oh, I can't say WOW moment right now because I feel like if I do, I'm gonna, yeah, okay.
With the hand.
This is where you pull out the ult. What you do is you stand up, you start walking around in a circle, and you just start downing those things while you're walking. Because when you're walking, you're getting everything moving around, it's churning, it's being digested. And if you just keep doing that, get a glass of water, one hand you got the potato, you're chilling. I'm telling you, it's the strategy. I've done it before. It is needed.
Potato was getting harder and harder to eat, so I decided to make a decision.
Oh my goodness. I felt like this in the last challenge too. Except it was bagels and not potatoes doing this to me. Well, everybody, here's the deal. There's no way I'm gonna be able to finish this potato and this pie right now. It's currently 9:16 right now, which means I have about 2.5 hours left in this day. So I'm gonna chill out and actually do something that I feel like I should do.
If this is his last meal, that's a smart idea. You could 100% take a break right here. There's no reason you shouldn't be taking a break. I would have taken a break after a ham, maybe.
You can clearly see you guys over my mountainous stomach. Oh, this is embarrassing. Let's make a little deal. If I've gained over 14 pounds, you have to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. If I gain under 14 pounds, you can unsubscribe from my channel. Let's weigh in.
My pre-challenge weight was 169.2 pounds. My current weight, 184.7 pounds.
Holy shit.
15 pounds. After over an hour of digestion
15 pounds in one day is fucking absurd.
time, I came back to finish the fight. I had less than a half an hour to get down this massive serving of apple pie, the rest of the soda, and the last potato. With the massive amount of starch I'd consumed over the day, finishing this meal was gonna be a battle.
All right, everybody. Well, it is 11:30 right now, and the food.
Cutting it too close. Cutting it too close. That's, you see, you take a break, but you only take an hour. You leave yourself with maybe an hour to an hour and a half left here. Because that way you can take smaller bites over time and spread it out. I'm telling you, I am a professional analyst when it comes to cheat meals. And in this case, I know he's the professional here with eating in general, but I'm telling you, you gotta space it out a little more than this. I still believe in him.
Like usual, I look 27 months pregnant. I should be on the next cover of GQ. Oh, the thought of putting this potato in my mouth is just absolutely repulsive right now.
Ready whip. Oh, okay. I thought that was going potato.
I dove headfirst into the apple pie.
You can down the apple pie, that's chill, but you save some. You gotta save some. You can't, because you gotta be able to go back from the potato as much as it sucks, back to the apple pie. And right now, his main focus needs to be getting that Coke halfway through. He needs to down the whole entire thing halfway through, or he's screwed. You can't save that for last.
At this point, I felt like my stomach had detached from my body, but the finish line was in sight.
I feel like I'm about to give birth to a baby made of Subway sandwiches and toast. The apple pie's been eliminated. All I gotta say, everybody, is that it's gonna be a long time before I touch another potato.
Chug that shit all the way.
We've done it. Successfully eaten
Yes!
for one day.
Yes! Shout out to this dude, because I don't know how the fuck he can go from one thing to another. Just like this. Like, he goes literally one challenge to the next and just loses it in 2 days. I don't understand. If I was to ever do this, I would have to have a full plan of my week about how I'm gonna drop every single thing I just eat. Like, I wouldn't be able to eat for the next week. Alright, next!